Yo guys, welcome back to another video, and as you can see, we're in, of course, my Discord server, and I know a lot of you guys are gonna see my score over here, the 700 billion, and yeah, it's not possible to get anymore, and you see, I'm sure a lot of you guys are gonna have people with that score in your bracket, and the reason for this is this person in my Discord server ended up finding out a stupid interaction between, of course, the blast unit and how Rukia's passive works. So you can see over here, Rukia's passive where it deals one instance of 100% damage to enemies in range. This would work for every single enemy, and yeah, it's kind of cooked, so yeah, not much I can do about it. And it's so late already. A lot of people have invested times into the tournament. They probably can't reset it, so the strat you see right now, of course, won't be that strat because it's not accessible anymore. And you can see the number in the screenshot. Tengen had 18 million EDPS, so you know, it is what it is. Nothing you can do about it. So it is quite sad, you know. We just have to deal with it. And I guess you guys have to deal with it. If you guys have someone with 700 billion, there's not much you can do about it. It's just over now. But yeah, this is the team I'm running. I think this is the most optimal team. And you can see I'll run you guys through the familiars and memorials because those are important for you guys to know. So of course Rukia, first off Rukia. We're running the Ice Queen's Rest, of course our own Memoria, and a Burb. So let me run through the Memoria. So just through each one. So we're running Ice Queen's Rest on our Rukia. Evolved, of course. We got Solar. It's not the best trait, but it's not the worst. Next up, we're running a King of Trash. It's not evolved. And the reason for this, we're giving this to our Sanjaru for extra 10% crit chance. And now, we're running a Frozen Admiral evolved, of course, on our Luffy as well. With Jack of All, it's pretty nice, you know. Jack of All is very nice. I got that luckily. And then Shanks, I'm running a Deadeye version. So Frozen Admiral Deadeye. So it's doing another 30% more damage to wanted enemies. And then over here, Takaroda, we of course run his one with a Fortune 3, so he gets extra cost reduction. And then Dio, we're running a speed one, so he has of course a bit lower SPA with of course Fortune 3. And in terms of the familiars that I am running, let's go through each of them. So this is for our Shanks, good crit damage, decent range, well, and very good damage. Ruki, I'm running this one, crazy damage, range, crit chance, and damage. Sanjamu, I'm running this one, just purely for crit. Luffy, I'm running this one. And let's see. Okay, I'm running a Doctor on my Dio. And you don't really have to run this Doctor, but I was running the one that gives him, of course, extra hits to shields, because of course if there are shielded enemies, it's nice for him to remove them. Because usually I place them up front, but of course this time I moved them to the back, and yeah, cause things were a lot harder. You can either switch this out to a C3 Doctor if you want. And then next up, of course, on our Takaroda, we run Yurizu, and that's pretty much it, you know. So let's just get into this. I'm sorry for the long intro, but I had to explain to you guys, of course, why people have higher scores, and there's nothing you can do about it now. So let's just get over. It's just over now. So let's just get into the video. Okay, so over here, I was just checking over my Shanks placements and seeing where I would place them. But yeah, pretty much in terms of what you're gonna do is it's just about prioritizing your Shanks and of course your Luffy. But you're gonna place the attack order on wave 1 and set him to auto upgrade. And place a Shanks here, and of course you could auto his ability if you want. My bad, I'm blanking, my brain is just turned off. But what was I saying? Oh my days, my brain's actually fully turned off. My bad. But yeah, you're just gonna farm up until, of course, wave 6 on terms of your farm, because by then your attack roller should be maxed. But yeah, you can see Shanks over here with, of course, Rukia supporting him. Can easily handle these guys. It shouldn't be hard at all for him. And here, of course, at wave 7, you're gonna place 2 Rukias back here. The reason for this is, of course, you want to make sure you place them before wave 9, because it counts wave 0 as a wave, meaning that at wave 9 it will auto use her abilities, or her main one ability, so it's like you don't want to waste that ability. You want to get use out of it. And yeah, here you want to place your 3 Sanjurus at the back. You want to get them, of course, to auto rise. So yeah, don't mind this. Loki kind of opened up my file explorer, so yeah, kind of just like had my real name there, so yeah, I had to, of course, cover that up. No, no name reveal right now, mate. No face reveal, no name reveal, mate. But yeah, here you can see we prioritize getting Luffy first. We're getting him to full AoE, of course, because the sooner we upgrade Luffy, the, of course, the more discounts we have on, of course, our Shanks. And yeah, this boss should just not be any issues at all, not causing us any sort of issue. And yeah, you can see the way the boss dies, and with Luffy's, of course, attack is very helpful as well. Because, of course, if Luffy attacks, like before, does just a lot of damage with the Purple Rukia. It's just very nice. I mean, if he attacks right after, he does basically 1.5x more damage. And now here, of course, you of course upgrade of course your Shanks to full AoE. Well, not full AoE, half AoE to max upgrade, and you can see the damage he does, 1.6 million. It's so stupid, you know. Such a great unit. But yeah, he's pretty much our main carry. I guess our sub carry is Sanjivu because of course the summons that help out a lot. But yeah, over here you can see Shanks's damage is a lot, you know. He puts up some crazy numbers and it's very helpful as well. At the end of the run, he does the most damage, of course, for me. And yeah, here we're just prioritizing our Rukias, man. You can see the strat shouldn't be too hard to follow. There's just a few parts, a bit of micromanaging later on. But you can see this boss just gets pretty much cooked over by the Sanjivu summons. And yeah, Sanjivu summons just kill him off. And of course you're prioritizing your, of course, your Luffy, Shanks, and Rukias. And I'm gonna see a lot of people saying, can Monarch Rukia work? I guess there is a chance, of course, Monarch Rukia does work, but the issue is, I mean, the main issue is, of course, the speedy units that are gonna get past and, of course, heal the enemies, because you can see Rukia applies Nullify, and Nullify does, of course, counteract Revitalize, but the issue is, I mean, the main issue is if the enemies are speedy, Rukia attacks and she does not hit them the initial time, that means it's gonna be a large instance of time for them to revitalize the enemy. So, because Ruki's SP is pretty long as well, it kind of kicks you over. So, most optimal trait for her is Ethereal. Then, of course, it'll be another one that gives multiple placements. Like a Blitz would also work as well. And, of course, Monarch is lost in the priority order, I guess, for now. Maybe in a different tournament, Monarch would be better. But in a case for this one, where Revitalize is a big problem, Nullify is very important. So, I guess 3 placements, of course, or 2 placements mainly, is the most important thing. So Monarch doesn't really get much. You can see Shanks' DPS are like 720k, some crazy numbers, you know. 900k there, see? These numbers are stupid, man. And he's doing 30% more to wanted enemies, plus the extra 30% from the Memorial. And here you're going to be waiting for this boss to get into the Rukia's range. And you're going to place, of course, your deal so you get that time stop off early. So waiting. Just waiting for the boss to appear. And then I do over here, set this guy to slow, and of course upgrade him to upgrade 4. And from here you want to upgrade your Sanjivus, each of them to upgrade 10 first, because that is the main priority. And you can see how much HP this boss has, you know. It's a lot of HP, so it's a big chunk of HP, so you want to make sure you're very efficient with your time stops. Every time you see that time stop icon disappear, you want to time stop the boss. Making sure you auto the time stop as well. We have pretty much 3 time stops from swapping and placing him down. So 1 from placing him, and the extra 2 from swapping over to the other form. So you want to make sure you, of course, be on the lookout for that stopwatch icon. As soon as it disappears, you of course swap over to the next form. So right now, there you can see it's a 10-second lockout between each time stop. And yeah, you see here I got that Sanjuru to upgrade 10. Put your yen into the other one. You're gonna make sure each of them get to upgrade 10. It's very important for them to get upgrade 10 each. And you can see Rukias are not locking in, and that boss was going so far. But we use the next time stop, of course, by swapping and swapping. And we still have Ashang set the closest, so he's dealing with the mobs, because of course when the enemy is stunned, of course he is doing that follow-up. But yeah, we let of course our other units, like the Rukias, the Shanks' follow-up, the summons, and the Luffy's deal with the boss. But the main, of course, thing that's gonna be killing that boss off is of course the summons. So yeah, these summons will of course kill them off. And from here on out is where it gets difficult, is because these enemies are just very tanky. So even Shanks with his 1 million DPS, he can't do much about it. These enemies are just so strong. And if you want right here, you could move your deal from the front to the back and set him to, of course, full AoE here. It's very important because, of course, you know how fast these enemies get, and Rukia's slow is inconsistent because she's not also, like, consistently slowing. So you want to see, I move it over here, but I could have moved it a bit earlier. Set to slow, of course, and get to upgrade 4. So he's at least covering this whole circle, or this, all these bends. And yeah, see, I did put 2 useless upgrades into that Sanjuru. Ideally, want to go for upgrade 10 only on each of them. And somehow, I don't know how this Sanjuru has 500k EDPS, that's kind of funny. Actual funny number, but I don't know how he has that. But yeah, from here, it's just about stalling effectively as much as you can. And letting your, of course, your Shanks do as much damage as possible as well. Since he is hitting a lot of enemies with that follow-up. And yeah, I do use the frozen world ability here because the leaks are getting very bad. And here at times as well. And of course, if you want, yeah, you want to, of course, slow the enemies at the back as well. So set slow here, slow these guys, and then move this deal to the back, and of course slow these enemies at the back as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the strat. You know, in terms of what I can say, there's not much to say. It's just about stalling, and of course being effective with your time stops. Because let's see, right here, I could have moved my deal to the back, but my brain lock just turned off. So yeah, forgive me for that one. And of course, you'll turn auto skip off at wave 45, and of course, click yes before you die. So that's pretty much it for the video. Like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.